Hey guys, welcome back to a new video on the channel. And today, I've been mentioning Ethereum in quite a lot of my recent videos and how its price movement will impact the rest of the market because of altcoin season. So I thought I'd do a video directly addressing Ethereum and why I believe I'm quite confident that money will start flowing into it quite soon. So a lot of the time you'll find in quarter one, especially historically, look at all these other years. 2016, very green quarter one. 2017, very green quarter one. That even extended to quarter two. 2018 had a very green January, followed by a couple of red months, but then very green April. Let's look to 2021. So that's last year post Bitcoin halving. It had very green January, followed by kind of a sideways February, and then it resumed uptrend in March and April. But this time around, January's been pretty much stagnant and unchanged. This month could end slightly down, slightly up, maybe even bang on the same as last month. But you find the months where we have quite a bad January, it follows with quite a good February. So last year, for example, in 2024 even, it literally was unchanged, nearly identical data to what we're watching right now for this month. And then it followed by a very green February of nearly a 50% gain, a green this March. So I just want to say that hope is still on, and a lot of this red movement here is because Bitcoin ETFs were filed end of 2023. So I feel like these gains were kind of prematurely made for Bitcoin, which followed through the rest of the market. But now that's kind of it kind of corrected for that, and now it's back on the uptrend in relation to where it should be in a cycle every 4 years. So in 2021, which is equivalent to where we would be now, very green January. That's when Ethereum started breaking out against Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance started coming down a bit, and you notice that money started then trickling into other altcoins like Cardano around the time of February. So I believe that because you've got organisations, you've got Donald Trump buying millions and millions of dollars of Ethereum, you've got big money makers who are buying it on the sidelines. Even though the gas fees are high, it's got the benefit that it's the second largest altcoin, well, second largest crypto and the largest altcoin essentially. So I do believe Donald Trump isn't going to let one of his largest investments do poor. He knows something we don't. He's been talking to certain people in the industry, pulling some strings, making some legislation. So I do believe historically, February's been green every time, bar 1 year. The data just looks compelling to me. We're going to have a very green January. We're going to break the structure, and then altcoins will start popping off end of this month in March time, just like historically. Now, if I pull up an Ethereum chart, that's in pounds. I'll do it to dollars because that's what I normally work in, and I'm assuming most of you viewers are American, so it's easy for everyone essentially. So it's up slightly on the day when Bitcoin is slightly down. It obviously it is looking like it is breaking out against Bitcoin, but it's because it's such small percentages, it could be invalidated tomorrow, for example. So until we see a big move, I'm thinking to like the 3,800 mark. If Bitcoin is stagnant, then I think it's to the races. But if you look I'll look on the all-time chart. So we'll see last cycle came down from the top in 2018, came really far down, and then it looked like around January time it started picking up rapidly. I mean, broke its previous all-time high. I do feel like we could be a couple of weeks behind. So I do feel like this pattern play out again, and we could break the previous all-time high sometime within the next 6 to 8 weeks, and then I think a 6 to 7,000 Ethereum is very possible by the end of March. And if that does follow suit, then the money could equally make other altcoins 2 or 3 or 4x by that same time period. So yeah, this movement, not a lot of movement to be fair. It's lagged compared to the rest of the market, but I do think once we do get that next leg up, or after all the big monies are buying, we will have a trickle-on effect to the rest of the market. And the data itself, like all the month by month data, it just shows that February is the best month of the year, with only 1 month being red. And you find whenever there's a month in January that's red, it follows by a green next 2 months. So if that's anything to go off, if we end this month red, then I don't think it's going to make a difference because this is a bull run year. The sentiment as a market as a whole is looking positive. You've got banks accepting it now. You've got global institutions. You've got global leaders of first world countries, of the largest economies in the world. So personally, I'm not invested in this asset, but I feel like it's necessary, and the whole models that are taught, the kind of Bitcoin flow chart, how money flows from Bitcoin. I can get a chart up if you want. Bitcoin flow chart. I'm trying to find the one actually. Okay, it doesn't come up. I'll just tell you the base of the money flow chart. Here we go. So that's quite small. I'll get this chart up. This will probably be a bit quicker. So yeah, fiat currency. So like your pound, your dollars flows into Bitcoin, then large caps. So that's normally where Ethereum is, and then it kind of trickles down. Or this chart actually, this is the one I like referring to. Let me click on it. I'll visit the website because I feel like it's quite a useful one. It's probably towards the bottom. Here we go. So money flows in, and then you've got this phase. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. And then you've got Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. So at the moment, it's kind of in this first phase, I'd say, or just on the cusp of it. It's kind of flowing into it a bit. It's trying to keep up, but Bitcoin's still ultimately winning. And then you'll notice the next point in time, Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin, starts outperforming it. So you might notice if Bitcoin goes up 5%, Ethereum's going up 10 to 15%, and is keeping consistent with those margins. And then you'll have phase 2. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. And by the way, it sounds crazy right now because it is. Ethereum's got like 10 times lower market cap than Bitcoin. But last cycle, we were hearing rumours, it's going to flip Bitcoin, it's going to become number one. But then you notice when that kind of narrative comes into fruition, the money starts to trickle into large caps where we see buy-ups happening. So phase 3 is large caps. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin. Large caps are going parabolic. So that's when you'll have like Cardano, your Polkadots, like an altcoin season of 2021, like February, March time, doing like a 3 or 4x, literally seemingly in a matter of days. Then you have the overlap phase where some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. But you've got true full-fledged alt season, which is phase 4. Large caps have gone full vertical. We're seeing blow off tops, mid cap, low caps, market caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems that every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. Trust me, guys. In 2021, when I first got into the market, this was the narrative for 6 months to a year. Every other day you was excited to wake up thinking there's going to be a massive move, and there was like lots of days when we was in altcoin season for 6 to 9 months. Every day some coin was popping off, doing really well. Memes were exploding. Everything was crazy. Everyone was making ridiculous sums of money, telling their parents to buy. This kind of could be towards the top of the market as well. So it's definitely, you'll probably see this especially like November of this year. And when it gets to this point in relation to the Bitcoin psychology chart, which you've shown you guys before, but I'll get it up again. It's hard to say, but it'll be some point right towards the top of that peak, and that's when most of the retail money comes in. I think that's ultimately when the market resets for 3.5 years and repeats the same pattern again. So I feel like we are on the cusp of Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, and when it does, I feel like that sets a 6-month timer, in a way, 6 to 9 month timer of uptrend for most of the market. But then after that time is done, it'll be 3.5 years before these coins start coming back. Some will never come back. Some without fundamentals, lots of these meme coins or something that's in relation to like a Black Swan event. We had Terra Luna last cycle, they'll never come back. So it's now or never. Once the market starts going bullish, I'd research coins with fundamentals, have some conviction, study them, and have a strategy, and ignore all the mania in the air, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's now or never. If you miss this cycle, you might be waiting until 2029 before making some real life-changing money. So that's an indicator I'd use. Once BTC dominance falls, once Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin, I'll have money ready on the sidelines for altcoins if I were you, if you're not invested yet. And that's when real excitement starts to come in. So yeah, even if there's updates for Ethereum, because it is the second largest, it's got the benefit of just existing and being the largest altcoin that will help it have money flow into it. But if it doesn't innovate in a way, moving long term, it is very possible it could fall harder than other coins like XRP in the next bear market and could be flipped. Don't forget, guys, XRP was once the number one crypto in the world. It was for a matter of minutes, don't get me wrong. It has been number one before. No other coin has ever flipped Bitcoin. So I'm just saying it's perfectly possible. If coins don't innovate and adapt, it will be forgotten about very quickly. So it's a matter of global sentiment, market narrative. AI seems to be big at the moment. Global money supply, global economies, interest rates, all these factors affect the whole market. It trickles down, it goes from the stock market, it affects Bitcoin, it affects altcoins. Everything that's happening has a cause and effect. But I like to ignore sometimes what's going on, the bad headlines, follow the big money, think, okay, what's BlackRock doing? What are these big institutions like MicroStrategy doing? What's Donald Trump, the president of the largest economy in the world, doing? And think, what are they doing differently? Why are they acting different to everyone else? They must know something, and kind of use that in the back of your mind to kind of formulate a plan to when you want to buy, or if you want to hold, or when you want to sell. Just all these things to take into consideration. So thanks guys for watching. Just thought I'd do a video on Ethereum because it is the largest altcoin, and I do keep going on about altcoin seasons. I thought, you know what, I may as well devote an actual video to Ethereum itself. I don't hold any of this asset, but I do believe it will benefit just because it's there kind of thing. It's the second largest. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Ethereum's going to do really well this cycle? Do you think it's going to be disappointing? Do you think it could be flipped? Like, who knows? So yeah, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.